All right, welcome to another episode of the Game Theory Podcast. This is episode 61. This is a Halloween episode,
It's our
dude.
second one because we're old. It's our second Halloween episode.
Man, last time we did zombies, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
I don't
so.
remember. I think it was zombies.
Who
It
cares?
was spooktacular.
Whoa. We could have done it again, I guess, but we're really bad at planning episodes, so that's okay, though. This one's going to be cool, man. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, we came up with it about 10 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and it's going to be exciting.
yeah. We were even supposed to record early on Saturday, and we didn't. Um, and we didn't have one then either. We were just like, no. But this one's pretty cool, man. This is just kind of bullshitting before the show. We kind of do that to kind of get the idea up, and it's a really, I think it's fun. It's one of those that kind of blends his expertise and mine both at once. So it should be fun.
Into a harmonious union. So this episode's called Fear, Buy-In, and the Paradox of Fiction.
Yay! Yeah. So all those things will be relevant in a minute. But
Yes.
yeah. So how's your week been?
Oh, great. Well, Halloween happened. That's part of the reason we're doing a fear-based episode.
Yeah. How did that go?
Well, pretty good. I went as Captain Hammer um, to school, and I tried to cut my own hair to fit the costume, and that was a bad idea.
That sounded like a bad idea. I wasn't gonna say anything. Thinking,
Well, I looked a little less like Captain Hammer and a little more like Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. As far as the hair went, I had a nice little pixie cut, sort of sporting the tomboy look. I was Arya Stark. That's who I was.
yeah. Is he or isn't he? Yeah. It's although Game of Thrones, man, I got caught up to that. It's good.
It is good. It's caught up to the HBO series because I know you're caught up in the books already.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the HBO series. It's not caught up to the books in the HBO series. I'm caught up to the current episode in the game or in Game of Thrones. Yeah. So uh, yeah, I've got this new thing because I had this weird bout of insomnia on Wednesday and Thursday, so I watched like a ton of shows. Um, but I've got this new thing where I wake up slowly in the morning by like taking a little tablet and just like watching a part of a show and then pausing it halfway through.
Ah.
It's really good. Gets because your light into your eye holes actually wakens you up quite a bit. There's actually like a light therapy you can do for depression where they just shine bright lights into your eyes because it has this kind of stimulating effect. It's crazy.
Also what the CIA does when they interview terrorists.
Put the light on. Where were you?
Yeah, I do that too, but I Facebook on my phone just to get caught up on what all my friends did last night while I was sleeping. That wakes me.
Yeah. What were they doing?
What were they up to? Oh, they were sleeping too.
Looks like shenanigans again.
Status update, still sleeping.
Well, that's cool. This one's gonna be kind of a quick episode. I've got that final kind of thing. Not too worried about it, but it's at 5, so I gotta get through this. Try to push back to 5:30. We'll let you know how that progresses as we record. But good. Yeah, for my Halloween, I didn't do much of anything. I just brought the kids out. We did the Halloween thing. It was fun. Yeah, we're gonna watch a scary show, but it ended up being too scary, so we just didn't watch that. We watched Captain America: Winter Soldier instead.
Ah, that one's scary because there's kissing in it.
Yeah, so scary.
So uncomfortable.
Actually, disgust has something to do with scary, which we'll talk about in a minute. But
I did have a little disgust. My only like 3 or 4 of my students recognized Captain Hammer. A few people thought I was Fix-It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph.
oh god,
I know. I was like, my pop culture references are already dated, and they're not that old.
so sad, so sad. I'm sorry. I finished data collection on my thesis. That's good. I started entering it in. That's fun. Soon I will be with all the analysis, and I'll have cool things to say, and I'll let everyone know what I find because there's a lot of really cool stuff I collected. So I'm excited
You'll
about
be
that.
something of an expert.
I'll be a real life expert. I already am actually. You have to be before you can actually even do the experiment with the lit review. But
Do you have a
yeah,
master's degree from Toronto in political thought?
I do not.
Then you know
Apparently that's
nothing,
what
Jon Snow.
Apparently that's what you need to go be on the Colbert Report. But we'll be talking about that in the recent news. All right, this is the recent news section. I have a little bit of a cough, and I think it's because I just found out one of my sons who has a cold has been using my toothbrush.
The what?
I know. Why? Why was he using my toothbrush?
What a horrible person.
It was sitting out, and there's like old toothpaste toothpaste like around the bristles, and I was like, what the heck? I always take really good care of my toothbrush. I make sure there's no anything on there. I always rub it with my thumb, and what the hell? I was like, what? But it was like really old inside, and I was like, oh no. And I smelled it, and it was like, smelled like bubble gum. I was like, you some bitch. How long you been using this thing?
You some bitch.
I think I got a little bit of a cold, so if I cough occasionally, I'm sorry.
That's forgiven.
So, in the news, what's been up, man?
Oh man. So, stuff's been happening. Sorry, I was gonna pre-order Smash Brothers for the Wii U, which is coming out November 21st, and I found somebody made a Wii U controller that's a Super Nintendo controller with like grafted onto it like more joysticks and stuff, so you can play it both ways. It's weird. It looks like all the controllers that have ever happened in one. But yeah,
ideas. And then there's these.
It's like what? Okay, so we have.
It's like one of those bop it things, You have to like turn it and twist and turn and slap and you know what I'm talking about? Those kids toys.
Yeah, where you're like, yeah, that's what it is. 'Cause it's a Wiimote and it's a Super Nintendo controller and it's a Wii U Plus controller all in one. So it's all like, depending on where you're turning it, it's a thing. But okay, so depressing article in the New York Times. Depressing but not surprising for anyone that's ever lived outside the United States. We have terrible internets here, just horrible internets. Our internets are the worst.
I don't believe it. I've got high-speed Mississippi internet, so I'm sitting good.
Okay, good. Never mind then. But for everyone else, let's say you want to download a high-definition movie and you live in my apartment in Seoul, Korea. Well, Incheon, a suburb of Seoul. This would take you about 7 seconds to download a high-definition movie.
Wow.
Same in Hong Kong, same in Tokyo, same in Zurich, same in Bucharest, same in Paris of all places. 7 seconds. And you know how much they pay for that connection?
How much?
$30 a month.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? I'm paying like $80 for mine or $75 or something.
In LA, New York, Washington, downloading the same movie takes 1.4 minutes if you have the fastest internet available, and that costs $300 a month, according to the Cost of Connectivity, a report published Thursday by the New America's Foundation Open Technology Institute. So they compared internet access in big American cities with Europe and Asia, and found out that we are the worst.
The absolute worst.
But why? Well, it's simple economics, says Tim Wu. Oh, Tim Wu. He's the guy who did the. We've cited him before. He's a professor at Columbia Law School. He says the average market has one or two serious internet providers, and they set their prices at monopoly or duopoly pricing. So basically, if you want high-speed internet, relatively high speed, like 25 megabits per second, 75% of American homes have one option at most, according to the Federal Communications Commission. It's either Comcast, Time Warner, AT&T, or Verizon. So stop and let that sink in. 3/4 of American homes have no competitive choice for the essential infrastructure for 21st century economics and democracy.
Wow.
Tom Wheeler, chairman of the FCC, in a speech last month. So in parts of Europe, the government fosters competition by requiring that companies that own the pipes carrying broadband to people's homes space in their pipes to rival companies. So they lease space for competition.
Yeah, right.
Here in the free market, we just have this kind of monopoly thing happening.
Jeez, these monopolies, man. Drives me crazy. I've got a shitty phone service. I've got a shitty internet service. It's because there's not really any options around here. It sucks.
Yeah, it's just like, well, welcome to Verizon or welcome to Comcast. Fuck you. That's kind of their motto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if you don't like it, just go fuck yourself. We're the only choice.
Yeah, 2 fingers. No, I saw a Halloween costume of a guy that had a Comcast shirt on, and on the back it said, "Because fuck you, that's why." That's typically it. But
yeah, London they pay $24 a month, Seoul $28 a month, Paris $31, and this is for like fast, high-speed internet.
Wow. Enough
to load a YouTube video in 1.3 seconds or a 2-hour movie in 13 minutes.
Yeah, I believe it, man. In other news, I was downloading this Evolve alpha that Sean kind of got us into, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was downloading it, it's a pretty large file because, I mean, the graphics are intense, so I'm sure there's a lot of textures and shit that needs to be loaded, but it took forever, and I couldn't do anything else while I was doing it. Even when I throttled it down some, it still, my video would stutter, and I'm like, this is absurd. I'm paying $75 for this shit. This is absurd. I should be $75 a month. That's like what?
That's
$2 to $3 a day. For
That's
this.
one of the hardest things of when I moved back to the States. Like, I just miss being in Korea and be like, oh, new game on Steam and downloaded.
Wow, yeah, that's the future, man, or the present, wherever
Or
you
the
live.
yeah, and we're a technology-based industry. We're an information-based industry. We're a first-world country, and we wonder why we're falling behind on everything. Well, maybe because we're charging way too much for access to that body of knowledge that is the internet.
Bullshit. And now they're trying to censor that. It's driving me nuts, man.
Yeah.
I'm big on like a couple things, not a lot. Everything else, I'm like, guys, settle down. But I'm pretty big on like a couple things. One is internet freedom, because that is the freedom of information has done amazing things for people's lives. I mean, people have looked at this stuff, and I couldn't cite you any studies right now, but I know that in my undergraduate, there's a lab that was obsessed with this stuff, and you always hear good things whenever they presented posters and like at conferences. I mean, you've heard about the one about internet access leads to less violent crime and sexual crimes against women.
Right.
Like that. Like it's a good thing, and it literally force feeds you interaction of thoughts. So you have to challenge your beliefs, which is one of those things that cuts against fundamentalism of any kind. Whether you're fundamentalist, whatever, religious or atheist or whatever, fundamentalism is not a good thing. So so that's good. But yeah, Evolve Alpha, haven't got to play it yet, man. Have you?
No, it's like a 20 gig download, so I don't live in Korea anymore, so that's a thing I have to work on, is downloading it.
Well, I can't completely blame my internet. I did pause it so that I could play Heroes of the Storm for hours yesterday. Just hours. That game, man. That game, so fun. If you get a party of friends. If it's just you, it's meh. But or it's fun. It's fun if you're by yourself. That's a lie. But you make friends so fast because you gain XP by you gain XP by partying with friends that are on your friends list. So a lot of people will friend you after a game or before a game. They'll try to, but I never accept those until after. So I've got a friends list now. It's like 30 people that are all not you. No, that are all people that are good at the game, because I only I add them if they're good at playing. So now I mean you could jump in and get with like 4 people and played before just like that. So a good solid game, so fun.
Yeah, I hear good things.
Yeah. Like I said, I've got 30 friends that are not you on my friends list. So
that's great. Can't wait.
Yeah. Ideal.
Well, eventually I will be getting my alpha access someday, but for the moment, all I can do is feel envy / rage.
Those two are common bedfellows. So, what else you got for the news, man? Anything else stand out?
Yeah, good news for you. You ever hear of Valkyria Chronicles, I mean?
Yeah, isn't it like an anime type tactical RPG or something?
Yeah, it came out for the PlayStation 3 exclusive.
Yeah, played the demo.
What'd you think?
Oh, it's fun. It's like a World War II-ish type demo, if I remember right. So you got like
it's like an alternate history World War II, where it's like World War II if magic existed.
It's cool.
And the reason I thought of you is because it's it's an SRPG, it's a strategy RPG, so kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics style game.
Yeah.
And anyway, they are porting it to the PC. So those of us, you already have a PlayStation 3, so I guess this wasn't a big thing for you, but for me, this is a game I'd always want to check out, now I finally can.
Well, buying stuff on the Steam is just the best place to get games. That and like Humble Bundle occasionally, and then occasionally like Green Man Gaming. But Steam is just like the go-to, and it's so cheap on there. Whereas like PlayStation Network, there's no competition, so it's just PlayStation Network selling their games, I think. So they're always like most games stay full price the entire time. Occasionally they'll come down like $10, but Steam it's like 88% off, new game, and you're like, how the do you do this? How do you exist? But it's just so good. So I'll buy it once it comes down.
Comes out on November 11th is when it's coming out, so I'll have to add that to my list of games I need to play. I have so much time to game. Like I cannot complain. I have a lot of free time for gaming. I still cannot keep up with it.
Wow. Yeah, I can't only imagine. I try to make a lot of sleep time turning into gaming, and I tend to not get a whole lot of sleep, unfortunately, but it's important. It's important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, also in the news, I'm not going to, maybe we shouldn't belabor on this too long because we could make a whole episode out of it, but Anita Sarkeesian was on the Colbert Show.
Yeah, the Colbert Report.
Colbert Report. Oh, when you were a little Stephen Colbert. Did you see that?
Yeah, she was. Did you see the interview?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah. As a resident expert on everything she's talking about, just at least she didn't make any stupid claims, so I was happy about that. No unscientific claims. I say stupid. That's
That's
irrelevant
shorthand
whether it's stupid or
for
not.
not backed up by data.
Yeah, yeah. But she said, yeah, she just deflected a lot of the questions. So I think that was a good strategy with Steven, where if you engage him, he's going to troll you so hard. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong or what. He's going to make you look stupid.
Yeah.
Like that. Did you see the Better Know a District, the DC one?
Yeah, for sure.
That was one of the best ones. He's talking to that senator, and he's like, well, technically DC is not a state, and only state senators can vote. So
So
why do you have a job? And he trolled her so hard, she got mad.
early Colbert was funny because people didn't know his shtick yet. Like the guests would come on not really knowing, like their publicists didn't really explain what was going on, and there was some good trolling in the early days. But now he just seemed to be lobbing some slow balls like, wait, why can't chainmail bikinis be a thing? You know, just being his conservative persona that he plays. Like you froze. You're just looking at me, staring at me. Yeah, he lost connection. Speaking of bad internet, we are paying 70 to 80 bucks a month for this kind of connection. Trying to stream a podcast. Real professional, Google. So, yeah. Try. It looks like he's logging back on now. Should be seeing him pop in again soon.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did I left, huh?
Yeah, you just froze for a while, and I talked to myself for a bit, and then I started playing that bum 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 bum
Technical
bum bum
difficulties.
bum bum. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, sorry about that. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Aeneas Sarkeesian on the Colbert Report, and how he tends to troll you, but for her, he just kind of lobbed her some softball, like, why can't women just wear chainmail bikinis? That's fun, haha. Like, his conservative persona, the satire that he does.
Yeah, yeah. I was expecting him to hit her harder, but I think that was probably just I don't think she was trying to spread a message. I think that was just strictly PR. Like, hey, look at me, get me more stuff, which is a good move. Colbert, that's gonna work. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, so good for her. Not good for anyone who disagrees with their point, but good for everyone who disagrees with their point.
Who is it good for? You specified two groups there.
Good for anyone who believes their points and wants them spread further, and then bad for anyone who wants to be critical. But irrelevant. Good for her.
All right, cool. So yeah, that's all the news I came across.
Cool. Yeah, me too. So I guess that can push forward to the gaming experiences.
Cool.
All right, this is gaming experiences. This is the part where we talk about, well, the fact that we actually are gamers. So you have been gaming a lot this week.
Yes.
What's been going on?
Nothing new. I've been shadowing in Mordor a lot, and this game, man, it's like playing the Silmarillion, only it's not boring.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, man. I know what you mean. I pick a flower and then I go read about it. Why?
Yeah.
Like 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, right. And like the artifacts you find with like glimpses of the fall of Numenor in the Second Age, and I was like, wait, this is all. like this is all backed up. Like this is all Tolkien lore. So it's great. The cool thing about Tolkien is he created such a world and he fleshed out so many parts of it, but left places open. So you can do a lot of things like this game in that world and still have that feeling of consistency.
Yeah.
Like, you know
So
me, I'm like a sucker for canon, right? So if I'm playing Star Wars: The Old Republic and some kind of, like, I go to Alderaan, I'm like, this is Alderaan! This is in the movies! Like, I get really excited when there's little things that show up in the
yeah.
core works. And so, like, I was playing Shadows of Mordor and I found some Athelas, and I was like, Athelas, Kingsfoil! And I was like, I know what this is! And reading a little entry on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, I've put a lot of time into that. I've unlocked everything, unlocked all the abilities, and now I'm just hunting down captains and getting towards the end of the game. So I'm probably about to I'll have to start streaming it some more so you can see what end game looks like.
Yeah, it sounds good. I got to the part where it gets a little more difficult, although people's feedback in general has been that it's easy. I guess we weren't the only ones to say that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's all these like hacks to try to like make it more difficult by like increasing your or decreasing your HP and increasing attack speed of enemies, things like that. But
yeah, I find myself setting arbitrary rules like I have to stealth through here or I can't brand anybody, things like that make it a little harder because it is pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah. So the game I played a little Shadow Mordor in the beginning of the week, but then I just got pretty busy there for a while. Wasn't able to do much. And but then I finished like a whole bunch of stuff all at once. You know how like you have these like kind of different levels of things that have different deadlines. Well, all of them lined up on one, and I was like, ugh! So I got like a lot of Saturday just to goof off. So I just played a ton of Heroes of the Storm, man. So like I said, that's a fun game, dude. I can't stop playing it. And went on a couple sick runs. Right now, Nova is fucking broken. You know the sniper?
Mm-hmm.
She is sick, man. I even got a chance to actually play with in a group with those guys from the Inside the Nexus podcast, one of which is Kyle Ferguson, the guy we interviewed here a couple episodes ago. So I jumped in a game with them. It was fun, man.
I imagine they're pretty good, considering they have devoted a podcast to the alpha of that game.
Dude, yeah. And like you never know, whenever you play with yourself. Whenever you're playing and someone else, like you're playing with someone else, it's hard to gauge how much better or worse you are than them because everyone levels up the same way. It's deliberately made that way, I think. But also, it's difficult to tell. Even when someone's better, you don't know what they're doing better. But this time we all got on Skype, so I'm listening to their instructions, and oh, shit, it's way more organized than what I'm doing. I'm like, objective, or like it's like on our microphone calls when I'm talking to one of my friends, and then I'm like, oh look, we got a lane needs to go for and do. And then, like, it's just the worst. But they're all like, mine's in 12. Night camp, then top lane, soak, and then shift and roll to bottom. And I was like, the fuck is going on right now? Am I in combat? This is crazy.
Copy that, big cat, you say, not really knowing what that means.
Yeah. Roger that, Cornmander. I don't know what I'm doing. How am I fight war? But yeah, they were.
How am I war fighting?
Much better than me, but I was playing Nova, so I was having a good time. I should have played Rhaegar and played heals, because that way you can't really fuck up. But with Nova, man, like overextended a few times, got wrecked, because their MMR is pretty good. They're playing against much better people. But I tried, did my best. Hopefully I didn't embarrass them.
So you got wrecked with the character you just said was broken as hell?
She is, man. If you play someone on the same level, like it's ridiculous. As long as anyone's on the same level, or even if the other team is one level up, I can instantly kill anyone I want, including Diablo, who has like 5,000 hit points when the average is like 1,200. It's ridiculous. I have this build that I made that's embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. I go, Amy, watch this. Listen to this sound. She's like, yeah, and it goes, pew, 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 pew. And I was like, that's a human being losing his shit on a computer somewhere. Just losing his shit. That's a person with hopes and dreams who hopes to get good at this game and is instead caught unawares by a broken character.
Instead, sitting in the respawn, wishing he was doing something else.
I know, just like cussing at his screen. I was like, I feel bad, but I feel good at the same time. What's going on, Amy?
That's too bad. I was looking at Nova. I like the sniper kind of, I always play like ranged hunters and stuff, rangers. So I was looking at her as a character to play, but if she's broken, that means everyone's going to be playing her.
There's a few, but that's what's great. You get in these sniper versus sniper wars, and then you could prove your dominance. It's amazing. I only once have gotten wrecked. I got wrecked by this one Nova who every time I uncloaked, I'm like, oh, got someone, and I go pew pew. I start mana dumping. I'm just like, here goes pew 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 pew, click, shoot, pew pew, and then as soon as I uncloak, I go pew, and I was like, boom, I got sniped, and I was like, how do you even do that? And then there's a point where you can see like the little glimmery moving lines because she's invisible, but it's sort of like Predator cloak where you can kind of see distortion if you're really looking at your screen. If you're not, you just don't notice it. So it's like a really good thing. But she would follow me across the entire map, watching that thing and sniping me, invisible, and I'm just like, this Nova's amazing. She had the master skin, so obviously she was good. But other than that, like I love Sniper Wars because I'm like, I'll kill. I can always outthink them and figure out where they are, and it's fun, man. So her or Vala, you'd probably like. Vala's the Demon Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's who I play. That's the class I played in Diablo 3.
There you go. She's really fun and she's good. So it's fun.
Doing backflips and shooting crossbows.
Yeah, she's fucking annoying. I hate her, man. She will hunt you down. Well, like her name, Demon Hunter. But anyway, it's a really fun game. Can't wait for you to get into it. If anyone is has that alpha, let us know on the Facebook page, and I'll add you as a friend. Let's run some games. Maybe you can teach me to get better.
You can teach him how to MOBA.
How am I MOBA correctly?
Yeah, and for me, I finished Hyrule Warriors storyline, so it gets pretty hard towards the end. You know, fighting Ganon when he's got the Triforce reunited. Spoilers.
Oh no, he gets the Triforce united.
Yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything, but Ganondorf, when you beat him, that's not his final form, dude. He's gonna turn into a giant pig monster.
What?
So luckily, I played enough Zelda games to know how those boss fights go. Use all your items at specific points. Use the previous boss battles as lessons for this one, and you win. But it's fun, man. I'm playing the adventure mode right now, just going screen by screen. It's really hard. Some of these trying to get a gold medal on them so you can get the special weapon or character you unlock for that. It's pretty tough. I had to watch a few YouTube videos of people doing it. I'm like, how do you kill 800 people in less than 7 minutes? I don't understand. So I'm watching different like Japanese players do it. I'm like, oh, I get it. You have to be Japanese.
That's the key. That's the one variable I'm not doing.
One thing I wasn't doing.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm start doing that thing, that Japanese thing.
I'm trying. So anyway, been putting a lot of time into that and watching a lot of TV. Sword Art Online is in its second half of its second season, so I've been keeping up with that.
Cool.
And you know, my various other Legend of Korra, Walking Dead, freaking whatever else, Supernatural. I'm somewhat ashamed, but also proud to say. So it's been busy, if you can count busy as having a lot of fun nonstop.
The shows I've been getting into is I've been getting back into Sons of Anarchy. I dropped it off in the 5th season, so it's up to season 7 now.
I
like the show. Too. I've had people not really care for it, and I've had people love it, but I don't really know anyone personally who just loves it besides me. I love it.
I really liked it. I liked it for a long time, and around season 5 I kind of lost interest. It was the last season I saw was where like his son got taken to Ireland or something, and it was like, oh no, my son, I'm gonna be a dad now, and I instantly lost like any kind of empathy or like not empathy, but any kind of like interest in the character because he stopped being this like cool, badass biker. Now he's like, I got a wife and kid to think of, and you know how it goes.
Yeah, it got a little boring there for a while, but this last one, the end of the 6th season, gets like, what the fuck? And shit gets crazy. So, if you can make it through the next 8 episodes with like not a whole lot of interesting shit, a lot of posturing that doesn't make a whole lot of difference, then shit gets crazy for a second. And I don't know how it's gonna end, but it's good. And also, I've been watching. I got caught up on Game of Thrones, and there's one more. What is it?
You finished Buffy yet?
No. I need to. There's still got a ways to go on that, actually, so I could do that, too. Anyway, yeah, so that's exciting. It was really good. So Winter Soldier, fantastic movie. Really liked it.
Yeah, what'd you think about that as far as, like, a sequel?
I hope it does, man. Like, that theme is perfect. Like, that's what I was thinking about what Captain America, to keep him relevant, that's what you need to do, is talk about, like, old school values versus new school, and then the fact that America's kind of overreaching our bounds, and, like, him versus the government. That would be perfect.
You need to get caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that storyline plays right into the twist on Captain America. They actually use that in the end of season 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't know how they're going to make this. Everyone's saying it's setting up perfectly for the Civil War storyline, which is amazing, which I can't wait for. But, oh my god.
I was going to mention that. Marvel announced their entire movie lineup for like the next 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
and Civil War was one of them. Although, how are they going to do that without the rights to Spider-Man?
I don't know. He's the main guy on the other side.
Well, he's the main. He switches sides halfway through, so he's a really important character for the storyline because he's kind of like the character who starts one way and goes the other direction.
Spoiler, yeah, true. He's awesome. I don't know. They need to figure that out because I didn't think it was at the end of Captain America: Winter Soldier. I almost shit my pants. I actually got like nerd chills. This was amazing. Do you remember what happens after the credits?
No.
Oh, that's the one where it shows through like a holding cell, and then the two characters it shows is not Speedster, fucking Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah. Quicksilver.
It shows them, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like that's when I thought it was gonna do the. You remember Avengers versus X-Men storyline in the comics? I thought that was what was gonna go next. So I was just ear vomiting on my wife about that. I was like, you know why that's cool? She's like, no. I was like, this is one of those nerd things I'm gonna rant about for a minute. Can you please just listen and pretend it's awesome? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my god. So I went through the whole thing and then I talked about how that's important for Civil War and like everything. And then she's like, why don't you just Google it? And I was like, yeah, I should. So I Googled it, and as it turns out, yeah, they said the same thing. They're like, probably not Avengers versus X-Men, and even if it is, they announced Civil War first, and how are they going to do that when they don't own some of the rights?
Yeah, like the X-Men aren't a big deal in the Civil War because they kind of stay neutral for it, but you need Spidey. And then if you want to do Avengers versus X-Men, you need X-Men, which Fox has the rights for, so I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, man, it would be... The whole thing about the X-Men becoming like part of the Phoenix, that was pretty weird, but I'm sure they'll translate that to a good film because the point of it was awesome, and the fighting and the fact that like something about like Captain America versus the other Boy Scout, X-Men or
Cyclops.
It was kind of like, what the fuck? I never expected to. How do I even?
Now, if you saw the Age of Ultron trailer, you saw the Scarlet Witches in that.
Yeah. So that's what kind of quieted it down. I was like, oh damn it, but that was awesome. But anyway, yeah. So I'm excited about playing some games, having played some games. This is a good time for gamers, so I'm excited. Minus the whole, bullshit Gamergate stuff.
Yeah, aside from the Gamergate things, it's a good time to be a gamer. We got Christmas is coming up, lots of Steam sales will be happening, and Smash Brothers for the Wii U coming out. I'm so excited for it. Even though I literally have that game on the 3DS, I can't wait for it to come out on the Wii U too.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, so other than that, I guess we can get into the in-depth analysis.
In-depth analysis.